Hey Preds Nation, Johnny here. I'm going to do something a little different today for this 3-2 overtime loss to the Pittsburgh Penguins. Yeah, I'm disappointed. Jersey guy is going to get the day off. We're not going to do the usual intro. I'm not angry, just disappointed that they couldn't win this game when there was so many good opportunities to do so, especially when they came out so fast and with so much jump in the first period when they outshot the Penguins and only had a 1-1 score to show for it, outshooting them 11-3 in the first. Beautiful goal by Duchesne to tie it. Thank goodness, as you all know, Saros was out for this game. He didn't even back up Dave Rittich, who started it, as UC Saros has a non-COVID illness. Hopefully he's not out too long, because Connor Ingram from Milwaukee was forced to be called up to back up Rittich. And for the Preds' viability to make the playoffs, they need UC Saros in the lineup. And also for Milwaukee and for Connor Ingram's development, he needs to be down in Milwaukee playing so that they can make the playoffs and progress and build up his future career, hopefully maybe as a Preds backup or as starter. We'll see what this future brings. But anyways, back to this game. It was 1-1 after 1. Then it was 1-1 after 2. And yes, let's touch upon what happened at the end of the second period. Borieski and Evgeny Malkin get into a little bit war of words. Borieski slashes Malkin. Very well be. And if it had stopped there, then whatever. But Malkin, who has a history in this league with not being able to control his temper, first shoves Borieski and then, for good measure, cross-checks him in the face. Borieski is injured. He's obviously bleeding. I don't know what the hell is with this league sometimes. In other cases, when it might not be Sidney Crosby involved or Evgeny Malkin, maybe they would have called a 5-minute major, reviewed it, and maybe reduced the severity of the penalty, which they very well could have done there. But no, all they did was give Evgeny Malkin a double minor and Borieski a slashing penalty. Excuse me? A slashing penalty for Borieski for that, and Evgeny Malkin gets only a double minor. So in essence, it's only a 2-minute power play for the Preds to start the third period. Preds should have at least had a 4-minute power play to work with there. And yeah, I'm not going to let the Preds off the hook, because with 30 seconds or so left in Malkin's penalty to start the third period, they got a 5-on-3 that they couldn't score on. But fortunately, the Preds would later take the 2-1 lead. And we thought, were the Preds finally going to win another game in Pittsburgh, that elusive city that the Preds hardly ever won in? Nope. Penguins, once again, their top players are their top players for a reason, and they ended up tying the game. The game went to overtime. Preds had a beautiful chance on a 3-on-1, and it's not the fact that they didn't score. Forsberg didn't even get his shot on net. He needs to get the shot on net. When you have a beautiful chance like that, you need to capitalize and try and at least get a shot, maybe get a rebound, and maybe you can still end up scoring. And on that winning goal, yeah, Crosby's just too skilled for you. But Rittich has got to have better placement. I could see how he was kind of turned. He was trying to maybe cut off the pass to Crosby, but he can't be sticking out into the ice out of the blue paint like he was. He's got to be able to better position himself so he can get over and stop Crosby's one-time shot, which it wasn't at the best angle. Now for the wrap-up of this video, because I want to make this short and sweet, flush it out of our system, and get ready for Tuesday. Yes, it would have been nice to have gotten the win in this game when it was there for the taking, but I'll try my best, and maybe you should too, to take the positives that they only lost to Florida, a top echelon team in the Eastern Conference, by 1 goal before 2 empty netters, and they took an old foe. Yes, they may be in a wild card spot in the Eastern Conference standings, the Pittsburgh Penguins, to overtime. And hey, take it as a positive because not too long ago, these two teams played in Nashville, and Nashville beat Pittsburgh quite handily in regulation. Oh yeah, I know, it would have been nice if karma would have repaid the Preds the favor after Malkin's dirty play on Borieski. But hopefully, with enough eyes being on it, the NHL Department of Player Safety will hand out the proper revenge on Malkin, and he will miss quite a few games, as Austin Matthews already missed 2 games for the exact same thing in a game against Buffalo earlier this season. We all remember the 2017 Stanley Cup Final. Nothing would surprise me if Malkin didn't get any supplementary discipline because this Penguins team has a history of dirty crap. But back to the Preds' upcoming schedule, as they now have 10 games left to go in the regular season and now have a 5-game homestand, a crucial homestand on the horizon to try and lock down a playoff spot. With this 5-game homestand that goes Tuesday, Thursday, next Saturday, next Sunday, and then the following Tuesday. Out of the 5 games, the Preds cannot afford to lose to San Jose on Tuesday or Chicago next Saturday. Those are 2 must wins. You must get 2 points out of both those games. And then with the remaining 3 games, I think if they get at least 4 combined points out of those 3 games, they should be in good position as we wind down a number of games, getting a little bit closer to the playoffs. As for teams chasing the Preds in the playoffs, the maximum number of points that Vegas can achieve if they win all their games that they have remaining, which they probably won't, but if they did, they would reach 102 points. The Preds have 87. Now, if you assume how the points might break out with wins and where they'll fall with regulation wins and overtime wins, the Preds need 15 combined points. That means their magic number is 15 points to make the playoffs, of either achieving points or Vegas losing games with possible points that they would have earned in those lost games. Final 10 games gets this ball rolling on Tuesday back at Bridgestone. So that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. As always, click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. You can find my social media by clicking on a channel name. Tell all your friends about Redemption. We need a game like this every once in a while for Preds Nation to be reminded that, yeah, you know, next to Chicago, the next team that this fan base hates the most is in the Eastern Conference. You've got Evgeny Malkin on that team. And hey, let's not forget Mr. I'll shove your face into the ice multiple times and get away with it because I know I can.